Hi there, I'm Paul O'Toole. I was at Jewel and I was standing in the bread aisle and I was looking at the bagels trying to decide if I wanted to buy any. And I wasn't like really thinking about it, it was more just, am I in the mood for bagels? And right at that moment, this guy walks up next to me and is standing right there, and it doesn't strike me at first, but after about 30 seconds it hits me that here we are, two guys standing shoulder to shoulder just staring silently at bagels. And, you know, maybe he was just doing what I was doing, deciding if he was in the mood for bagels. Maybe he was weighing brands or prices, you know, I don't know. Maybe, gosh, you know, maybe looking at all these bagels, it made him think of something from his past, like his childhood, or maybe a girl he knew a long time ago. Yeah, it was a girl he knew a long time ago. You know, maybe he met her at a bar one night, and then she spent the night at his place, and the next morning, maybe he goes to his freezer, and he opens his freezer, and he's got 2 Sara Lee cinnamon raisin bagels sitting there. And he pops them in his toaster, one for her, and one for him. Yeah. And then he walks her to his door. Yeah, but not down the stairs and out to the street so she can catch a cab. No, he just walks her to the door, which is kind of weird. Actually, because it was raining that day, too. Hard. But no, he just walks her to the door, and he gives her a hug. I mean, this guy doesn't even give her a kiss, he just gives her a fucking hug. But still, I mean, she grabs a pen, and she writes down her phone number, and she gives it to him. And he takes it from her, and he smirks, and he goes, "Thanks, I'll give you a call." But then she smiles and says something really sweet, like, "I hope so." And then she starts her way down the stairs. But then she turns around and she runs back and she grabs him and just gives him this long, passionate kiss. Wow. This girl's amazing. So anyway, now this girl is definitely gone because he can hear the front door close. So he shuts his apartment door and he locks it. And on his way back to bed, he crumples up the paper and he throws her number in the garbage. And I can see it sitting there. Stacy, 335-9304. It's sitting there in the garbage next to the empty Sara Lee bag and a couple of broken condoms. At this moment, the guy reaches for some bagels and he bumps my shoulder. And suddenly, I'm right back at the Jewel. And I shove him. And I'm like, "Get off me, dick!" And he looks at me. And then I go, "You should have called her!" And he's like, "Who?" And I go, "Who? Stacy! Stacy from 2 years ago! The girl you fucked and then kicked to the curb!" Now he's looking at me like I'm crazy. So finally I say, "Fucking A, dude! She had your baby!" He tries to say something at this point, but I was done with this asshole. So I just left my cart right there and walked right out of Jewel. You know what? Because it turned out, no, I wasn't in the mood for bagels.